Oh, hello everyone. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can you hear me,
No,
Gabriel?
I forgot to mute my
Ah, okay.
microphone.
Okay. Hello everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. We are getting started our weekly review. Am I right, Gabriel?
You're right, Max. And today it's amazing day. It's a Friday, guys. And because today is a Friday, I make a tattoo about Java. I don't know if you seen
Oh, oh, you.
this 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 screen, but I'm so happy because I make this tattoo. And today I am so happy because we have a guest today with us. But I given the talk to Max to say a
Oh,
more to say more about this guest.
oh yeah, yeah. She is a special Java reference for me in a Soul Java. She brings a lot of interesting discussion. Oh God, looks like someone is trying to enter my house. Man, that thing happens. Don't worry. Say hello to the people. Say hello. Hello, hello, say hello. Okay. Yeah. This is the life. It's the real life. All right. So, but she's an amazing one. Oh, George is on the chat.
Hello,
Oh, hello,
George.
George. It's nice to see you here, man. And well, she's amazing one. There is nothing to say about her because she likes to speak a lot like me. So she will be amazing to having her here. So I will bring her. I will stop the talk. Okay. So Karina, come here.
Entry.
Hello.
Hello! So Java, Max channels, everyone. Hi Gabriel. Hey Max, Georgie. Hello. Hi everyone. Long time no see, by the way.
Yeah, it's a long time
Yes.
that we didn't talking together.
I
So
remember see wax with Otávio, and as one day I will make a live with Karina.
oh
And today I make this live with Karina
In English.
in
yeah, in
English.
English, it's so special. Yeah, and do you realize that thing, Macarena? You make his dream become true.
It's not
Oh
a
God!
dream. Nah, come on, don't over exaggerate. Don't exaggerate it, please.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh,
George
yeah,
said
the
that.
thank
Georges,
you. Oh
welcome to back, Karina.
my gosh. So guys,
Yeah.
You
Max,
hide in the community, Karina. Oh, I see you. You hide.
I'm hiding what?
No, no, no. Well, I think that he's trying to say that you are well on the dark,
Oh,
but
okay. Yeah.
she
I
rises to the light again.
like the phoenix, you
Yeah,
know.
you got the power. You got the power. You got the
Oh, but
power.
and by the way, people are gonna have a lot of trouble today because just like Max said, me and him, I don't know about Gabriel yet. Gotta see how he goes, but we can talk forever. So I already know how this guy goes. So whenever we schedule a 30 minutes call, I already reserve the next 1 hour like empty because I know we will go just run over time. So it's just how it goes. Not for the live today, Friday night, but definitely we can talk a lot. See, I'm already.
You're
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She is so tired. I think so. Am I right, Karina? But we want to get tips and listen
Max,
up your stories about open source
it's
because
not
this
only
is what
about
we are
that.
doing now.
It's not
Oh,
only about that because you said you were gonna do some review from what happened the week. I want to know what
oh, really?
happened. Tell me.
Okay, okay. So let me bring you the context. Okay, so well, these sessions that we are doing those weeks, we are in all 81. Am I right? So
yes.
this session is dedicated to help the people to getting started to contribute with open source. So I recently have been doing some contributions with Joe Jakarta NoSQL project, and we did a
Mm.
lot of contributions in there. And actually, this week we did a couple's ones. I think three or four contributions, and then we review everything. what it happens. It was approved. It's not approved. Let's see what's happened, because this is a amazing moment to learn with open source scenario. So let's do this, okay? So I will get start my share my screen and let's see what's happened, okay? Let's see that.
Perfect.
Okay, so let me get. I always fight against my computer, so because it's happened sometimes.
Oops.
Okay, okay, this is okay. Let's see. I will open my GitHub, but I will go to directly to the repository and let's see what Gabriel did. Okay, we can see that Otavio approved your PR,
Oh,
Gabriel.
I'm sure it is now. It is you. How can I say you tip my presentation, Max?
Oh, really? No, it's here. Oh, sorry. Let's go ahead, Gabriel. Go ahead and speak what
No,
you did.
you tip. You can go ahead. I don't see problem now. Like I am feeling sad with this now.
Yeah. So let's see. We did what was the contribution? What is that? I think so.
We
It's the issue.
solved
Oh
the
God,
issue.
I'm in the wrong tab. Okay, so hold on. It's a little problem. Okay, it is the one. Am I right? So what you did here, Gabriel? Let's see what you did. Okay, looks like you
Yes,
changed something.
and it is issue. You can
Issues.
issues. Oh, it's
Issue.
perfect. You
Issue.
can, guys. You can correctly because my English is not very well. Okay.
Now you're
It
doing a
is
great job.
issues. It is issue. We changed the version to Java to it is how can I say.
I need to
Oh my
I need
gosh.
to explain. I need to explain, okay? Because we are doing some collab time on the Soul Java Discord, okay? And on time ago, George tries to during George's presentation, he prepares a good scenario showing an issue during his session, and but it was intended because he will try to explain what we did, and I will just to change it and I spoken, and I broken the surprise. So, but oh God, sorry, George, sorry, Gabriel. So sorry about that.
George didn't forget about it. He
Yeah,
didn't
oh
forget.
God, thanks.
More one, Georgie. More one. Oh, all right. It's a return to here. It's issue. We need change the version Java and change the versions the components and then using this project JNoSQL. And this appointment we changed to Java 11 to Java 17. And it's a very, very easily issue to resolve. And basically, we changed this version here in the Punch XML, and we changed the GitHub actions, right, Max? And we add. Oh, I didn't find the weakness about the Discord. Oh, all right, it's.
Gabriel, don't read. Keep with your line of thought until you can do both. Read and
Oh,
talk. Read and talk.
I have
Oh,
a
I'm
problem.
sorry. I'm not saboting you guys. Sorry.
You are totally doing that on purpose. I know.
Max is a very, very bad man these days.
It's not his fault. Don't blame on him. Mm-mm.
And the return to here, guys. We need to add Java 17 and GitHub Actions and removing Java 11 and GitHub Actions. And we make these activities and the change of the version in the POM and the remove in Java 11 and added it in Java 17 with GitHub Actions. And this is very easily issued. And okay, you can go to the commentaries, Max, please. And this commentary, we say we resolving this points, all points that is issue, and send it to Otavio, make a review and approve. And ta-da! Otavio approved this uh, this PR, and now we making the physical attribution and the JNoSQL project, and now if you enter the JNoSQL project, you can unsee these changes in the project. It's a very good
Gabriel,
thing.
I know I am the guest, but I am the one who has been asking the hard questions for over 2 years in So Java. So there's a tough questions a tough question I gotta ask now. Now, like,
Okay, as I can so you doubled.
okay, if you want, you can double it and give it to the next person. So then I can ask two hard questions to Max. You know.
Oh God.
I'm just kidding. So, okay, you have changed the. I didn't see the PR there, but I see you changed the Java version, and I am
Yes,
seeing a lot of customers that are also doing this type of migration on the Java version. Not only customers, but product as well. So
yes.
upstream projects as well. So how did you test this?
Oh, is a very good point. And we making the this Java no JNoSQL to next in the version Java. Like you building this project to next in version Java. And how can say we make it our no English is a Terraform. It's correctly English or is
Yeah,
I
Terraform.
don't
Yeah,
know English.
yeah,
Yes, Terraform or Treeform. I don't know.
Terraform. Yes, you're right.
Yes, oh, Terraform to next version in Java. And this project, it's how can I say working with last in version Java LTS and the Java 17, and we building how can I say oh Max, you can help me. I see your
Sure,
face.
sure. You're doing a great job, man. Yeah, go ahead.
And we building this project to work in the next version Java, it's a 21 version. It's the next LTS version, and we change it. We make a test to working in the next version, or it's now don't get we don't have a next version LTS. We make a test to working in the last version Java. It's a 17 LTS version.
Yeah, let me add you something right here. Well,
Unit
we
test, like a unit test, or you just ran it locally and saw it something working? Like, how do you test it? That's the actual question.
well let me try to answer it. Okay, so because well we run everything before to push up the codes we are running in our local machine, because there is a lot of tests on this project, and we was able to run
Max,
it.
really, really, do you wanna drop it on me? The it works on my machine stuff. Do you wanna do that to me right here, right now, on a Friday night? It works on my machine. I'm just kidding. No, go ahead. Just kidding.
No, yeah, yeah, I did it because I used to do the same thing. I used to run everything. I make sure that everything is working fine before to push up the code. So of course, you jump from parakeets down here, Karina. I know that.
Yes, exactly. And the actual reason why I'm asking is because just like I have uh, just popped into your live stream, I am sure that many others might just jump into this right at specific moment, and just to see your very first contribution to an actual Java spec, Jakarta E spec. That's amazing. So I wonder if people also would like to know how to do this. They will need to test it. So if you can even say, I have done it on the previous live, so just refer to that. So just people see where it happened and how you actually got here, because this is amazing. So congratulations, guys.
Oh, let me click on. I find out a special sound in this platform. Let me.
You need to.
I find out this feature in this platform. It's so amazing one. So I
And
will.
Java here. I have a Java dog here, and the Java dog is
Well,
congratulations
it's
with
very
us.
interesting. It's a whole process. There are many phases that we need to do those things. So the first thing that we did was find out the issue and analyze the problem. After that, we need to find out how can we solve it, and it was very interesting thing because we find out how can we do this, and we realized that this project got a lot of two was did I'm not sure. I'm no sorry. I'm saying that this project was configured with two GitHub actions. One is for Java 11, and another second one was to Java 17. And we used to execute everything. We execute the CI process in order to make sure that everything is working fine when we push up the code. And was very interesting to see how those things work because first step is we clone out the code, we change the little thing, run again the code in order to make sure that everything is working fine. Uh, the complete work, the complete building, because we need to make sure that the test is running properly. Am I right? So before to push up, and that was the process that we did. We changed the code, we run the test, make sure that everything will work, and push up the code. After that, Gabriel opened the PR and just waiting for news from the maintainers, from the committers. And that this time, Otavio just say thank you again. But sometimes some messages could be coming from the committer because maybe they could give some tips. For example, oh, why you did it, and you need to be able to answer that. So it's a good opportunity to talking to them and to learning that thing. So it was very interesting to see how those things work. I don't know if it clarify a little bit this
Yes, it does
question.
actually. Because the thing is, people might have seen the PR and like, wait, he just changed the version, but they are not aware of the whole integration and
Yeah,
delivery pipelines that are already set up in the project. I mean, this
yeah,
is Jakarta EE platform. So it was supposed to be like that, but not everyone knows it. So it's very good to know that. So thank you, Max.
yeah. And also, according to the specification, Jakarta NoSQL needs to follow the Jakarta specification, and Jakarta specification is intended to use the latest long-term support. The latest long-term support that we know is the Java 17. So it was required for this project. That's the reason why we upgraded. So we always looking forward to be in the latest version of the Java. Probably we need to did it because in September Java 21 will coming again. So we need to be able to update it again. So still turn it. Maybe the next time it could be you to do something like that on the chat. Okay.
Next time, we will tell people, hey, it's time to upgrade Java. Do you want to send a PR? Look at this video.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. This is it was the one of the contribution. We did another one. We did another one
Oh, yeah,
only.
it was a whole week, right, of contributions there.
Yeah,
So this is not the only PR, but this is the one that actually contains the approval for the Java upgrade.
yeah.
Yeah.
And another one was this one. Yeah, it was the same issue because Otavio opened the same problems through those through those repositories. So it was the same issue. So that's the reason why I did the same solution because we learned from the problem. We learned how to solve it, and that's the reason why it's a good for us open source because we are learning how to do those things in the right way. So and we replicate it in our own project. Why not? Am I right? So I did the same thing right here. If we go to there and open close, we can see that we updating the project to Java 17 as well. It was the same solution. Also, we execute the whole process. We need to pay attention with the integration tests. It's another tip for the audience. So pay attention with that because we know that we could build the project without tests. We know that, but it's not recommended. It's highly not recommended. Am I right, Karina? And and we need to make sure that everything is working. Okay, so before to do this, and what very interesting thing, it's another one. I don't know. I don't find out the other one. Okay, but I think in summary, this is the whole solution that we did in those last two sessions. And today we bring up Karina in order to asking her more tips, or maybe in order to learn more about how to contribute to open source, and maybe uh, maybe not. I'm sure that those tips will help you to get started to contribute. Am I right? Do you
Yeah, no.
want to say something, Karina? Feel free to do that. I speak a lot, and I know that you got a lot, like to speak a lot. And please go ahead.
I am so comfortable with interrupting everyone. That shouldn't be a right thing to say, especially here, especially in English. So Java guys already know how that goes because of the previous sessions we used to do. But I mean, I feel very comfortable talking to both of you. So first of all, no, not first of all, again, thank you for the invite. So guys, one thing, I am, I have been woke up. I haven't slept awake for the past night. So it's been for over 48 hours in a row. So please bear with me if I'm just slower than usual, but I got my Red Bull here to help me out. You're on mute.
I got one Red Bull to accompany, like how can say
So cheers, cheers,
acompanhar.
cheers.
It's I make cheers with you.
Well,
Wait 1 second.
I got a coffee only. Okay, I just have coffee. Sorry.
Caffeine. Also have caffeine. So cheers
Oh,
of caffeine.
caffeine.
Yeah.
Cheers, cheers. Oh, Gabrielle, where are you? Okay, that's okay. So let's see the chat, Karina. Looks
So
like
one
that
thing, yeah.
another friend.
So regarding the open source stuff that you were mentioning, so let me just give a quick brief here. The reason why I was so okay. That's nice. Cheers now. Again, another one.
Cheers.
Another.
Wait a second. I need to open.
Ah, you
This
lost
sound
it.
is amazing.
You
I
lost
open now. In the
No.
cheers. We can make it cheers. Today is the St. Patrick Day, and the day
Oh,
for
St.
drink.
Patrick's Day.
And
Yeah,
yes,
really.
it's a day to celebrate. And go, Karina. Cheers.
Cheers.
Third one. Gosh,
More cheers.
Okay. Oh God, what are you doing? It's
this is
it's a
recorded.
mess.
Come on,
Oh God.
Gabriel. So yeah, take it. Good, nice shot. Uh So let me give you a quick brief on my background with Java real quick. So basically, I have been working with Red Hat projects and products for over 10 years as part of Red Hat. And recently, I've moved over to IBM as a product manager. And for the first open source product of a specific business unit. So that is a really interesting challenge to share with you guys as well, because all of the it is a multi-billion-dollar business unit today. So they have a lot of strong products on in there, all closed source.
Really closed source. Oh,
We are the first 100% open source product of this tech. So there, Gabriel, are you? He's recording. We need to have a conversation later, Gabriel. Me
you,
and you offline, no?
yeah, you are making this dream come true. Do you understand?
Oh, I make
He's
you
your
reference to
fan.
Instagram. Go ahead, Karina.
And then while he was recording, I'm like, Gabriel, silly boy. I'm just kidding. So yeah, and this migration, it's been interesting because since I come from also a product team from Red Hat, I've seen the culture. I've worked within several different teams in the Red Hat organization. So I know how open source work. I learned open source with the best and the biggest open source company in the globe. To then later find out that IBM is actually even more open source than I thought it was, because it helped basically founding or contributing and enabling the foundation of all the open source foundations as we know. So Apache, IBM is involved with Apache Foundation, um, also with Eclipse Foundation. They actually founded Eclipse, if I'm not mistaken, or were the major founder there. And Linux Foundation since early days. So like they are like huge champion on open source. And how come I didn't know that, right? So basically what I was there are several different layers of knowledge that I can share with you, not only regarding the actual contribution and getting started, but show you that sometimes we get so stuck within our small bubble that we don't see the huge world out there. And notice that I already tried to contribute with everyone as much as I could. And you guys know I try to be everywhere, especially on the Java ecosystem. And even though I was everywhere that I could possibly be with the time I had,
Yeah,
I
got it.
didn't know IBM was such a huge, huge open source company. So, and still, you should see how different things are when coming from a totally open culture, open org, into a huge, immense organization. Like IBM is huge, huge, huge. It feels like I was working on a startup compared to the size of the company and the amount of people that there is in there. And the reason why I say this is, so first of all, when you move to another world, you will see that that is not only regarding the changes of your where you work for, whom you are working for, but the projects you are contributing to. So now Max and Gabriel are telling you how to contribute to Jakarta NoSQL. But is it the same for every project out there? Is every open source project really, really following all the open source practices? What does it really mean to be open source? Is open source free software? You probably already spoke about this. Is it the fact of having a company selling an open source software something that makes it not open source anymore? Or is it just the fact that you have an Apache license in a place, like, is it already open source? So open source is a tricky thing. And in my opinion today, I have 100% sure that it goes way beyond just the coding practices. The culture is something so strong to enable the existence of these projects, because you can put your code on GitHub, it doesn't mean it is open. If you don't have a strong community, healthy community to be contributing there, people who is just willing to make things work. Like we have people here from a company that is unrelated to Jakarta platform, willing to make it happen and teaching everyone how to contribute to that. This is the power of community. So, I mean, Max, I can talk about open source all night. So this is just a little bit of the background and what is going on in my life today. So yeah, coming over, bringing the first open source
Oh,
offering to the to the BU that I'm working on right now.
oh, very, very interesting to see. Because I think that it's so hard to change this, because you jumping in a different world, the biggest world, I think so. And I and as you said, open source is more than just to contribute with code. There are, it's a kind of culture that we need to keeping on those things work. So it's very hard to deal with. We, as you said, you need to pay attention with license. We need to have a huge community around the project. We need to make those things work as a big machine. Understand? It's
Java.
very huge, and there are a lot of how can I say perspective that you could.
Menino, menino, menino.
Sorry, my dog's name is Java,
Oh yeah,
and And
Okay,
Java is here.
You need
It's
to build him
amazing.
a friend and call him open source.
yeah,
Or just open
just
love,
open,
open dog.
open dog.
Open
Oh,
dog. I show it open dog to Karina. This is an
during
open
this
dog.
dog, amazing dog in presentation, I will say hello to our audience. So Pedro Cavalero, hello, hello,
Hi
how are you doing,
guys.
guys? And
Hi.
George also
Yeah. You
did
must bring the open
did
source. No, that's the thing. So, Georgie, that is why it is so exciting. That is why it's so exciting. So, the products I used to work with, they were transitioned over to IBM. Along with it, people had the opportunity to still work with it if they wanted to. So there are many people with the same. So it is in my veins today. I can't stop being open. It is just natural. It is natural for me to work with collaboration. I cannot clone something. I cannot start a Google Doc. No, no, not Google Doc. Microsoft Office file
yeah,
on my computer. Create something, publish without asking for at least one person of each relevant team to review it, because it's just how it works, right? It's not how I work. I always like to do everything in the open. So let's say I want to contribute to the easiest thing in the world, documentation. How would you do that, right? And let's say you're not used to working with English, you're not comfortable, but you want to translate some stuff to Portuguese or Spanish. So, Gabriel, what would you do in case you wanted to, for example, start contributing to a documentation translation, maybe from English to Portuguese or Spanish, because you are good at Portuguese, so you can translate back really well. And there is the need to translate stuff back, right? So
Yes.
so this would be the first thing, right? Would you just clone the project, do it, and send a PR without talking to anyone, asking help, or at least say, hey, look at this before I send a PR on the branch, whatever, on my fork? What process would you feel comfortable doing today?
Oh, it's a very difficult to me. It's the first point. And the second point, to get in it is comfortable. I have the Max and it helped me a lot. Oops, and I have Max helped me a lot, and I have it more one of tools that help me. It's a Grammarly, and I use a lot Grammarly to get this comfortable to write English, because Grammarly is correct. I have in how can I say, many points in my English is I need improving. Like my English is very bad today. Like
It is
uh,
not. You should first thing, stop saying your English is bad because you are doing a full 100% live streaming in English. And I'm talking just as I talk with any other international speaker, and you can understand me. So
yes, I
stop
study
that.
perfect.
From today, March 17, 2023, I will never again hear you say that in this live stream, okay?
Perfect. I never see him or
Sign
tease
in
in
here.
live stream.
Sign in here, please.
it's record. It's record.
No,
No worries. It's record.
it's
It's on
open.
YouTube.
Open your hand. I will accent.
So yeah, so let's say that's something you want to do to improve it, to keep on improving the English, right? And
Yes,
you want
I
to
improve my
contribute to the
English.
project. So would you just clone the project and send a PR without asking anyone to look at your branch? Or would you ask someone that you're friends with, that you're more comfortable, like Max? Can you just take a look before I send a PR? Like what would you normally do when sending an upstream contribution? Like you did?
Yes, I make this with Max, because I how can I say, I don't feel 100% comfortable to make this, because it's English is not my native language, and I have moments I am feeling insecure. But and the Max and the how can I say, and the persons that's entering the live help me with this appointment with English. Is how one example how I can write in the committee, and how I can write in the PR, the comments in the PR, and
This
at
is
this point,
just The perfect example, Max.
Yes.
No one needs to be a pro at anything to send a PR contribution. Look at this. Like he's just sharing. He doesn't feel comfortable with English, even though he's already quite okay with it. Quite good. Quite okay is not something good to say, so quite good with it. So he's quite good with it. So he's not comfortable with English. He was not comfortable with sending an open source contribution. Still, he did it. He not only did it, he did it during a live stream, recorded, streamed across multiple YouTube channels, Twitch. There's no single excuse for you not to start at least thinking about it. So you see the different levels we have in here. Like Max he has had an incredible growth as well. Like in his career, in his path, it was like skyrocket. Insane. For those who are here since a couple of years ago, like it was insane. And I see like Gabriel starting today, Max already helping him. And in the other hand, I see my camera is crazy. Don't mind my camera. It's crazy. So in the other hand, I am actually doing the thing that I think Georgie said. We are trying to bring the open culture and the practices of creating open source products for the first time to a huge multi-billion dollar group inside a company like IBM that is huge as well, with people who has been working there for decades. They've been successful with the products as they are doing it today. So why would they even consider that something should change? No one said this is me saying to you, okay? So
All right.
let's say you are doing something already for 20 years, then this crazy girl shows up saying open source is the thing, and that your process actually don't really work for my product, because open source doesn't work like that. I need to have my upstream projects released into Apache Foundation, and only then it can be productized. So how can you create a product roadmap, promise something that you don't really know, that will end up in the community because it needs approval from Apache? Do you see how things go crazy within people who actually control the whole process? So it's really quite different for people to understand that, and to be able to bring and see the impact of these cultural differences within our group, that is also a mix with Red Hatters and IBMers, but within this group and the larger group, it's just insane. There's so much we think it's obvious because we've been doing it for a long time, that when we actually have to stop to think about it, like, wait, why actually do we do it like that? Maybe we can grab something from here, put it along with our stuff, and bring our stuff, and also show them how good it can be, and start just telling them, hey, open it up just a little bit, grab this library here, Apache, let's see how it goes, you know.
Oh, Karina for president. Are you convince? I need to
That's too
convince
much.
them to convince the people. So it's a
I can't
negotiation.
lie.
It's a kind of negotiation talk. Am I right?
It is a kind of in-person relationship, and yes, negotiation, but not only related to politics, because you need to show that open source is worth it. That's one thing I was going to tell you. You were saying, yeah, open source contributions, whatever. Max, open source is free. Zero. No one's paying you for the PR you have shared today. No one is paying us for this hour right now that we've been spending here talking about open source. So anyone looking at us from outside of the tech industry, especially out of the tech industry, but also out of the open world, they're like, just why? Why open? Why are you spending your time publishing something on GitHub that, like, you're starting a new project and you're starting it for free, and you are allowing people to actually use it and charge for it under their behalf? Come on, like, it doesn't make sense if people look at it from that perspective. So you gotta really understand what open source mean in order to understand the value that it brings, not only as the producer, only the developer, but as the consumer of the open source software as well. There are the two sides, right? You are creating the open source technology there, but there's someone on the other side that will have to choose your open solution instead of something enterprise. So it's a huge topic. And we're already 10 minutes before the end of it.
You did.
So
Yeah,
we need
but
to do
anyway,
something
but
because if
anyway,
you just
um,
one thing, last thing. If you ever have another, let's say you do an open source week on your coffee, what is the name? Coffee with Java.
Coffee with Java.
Yes, if you ever do an open source week, we can organize like a specific topic per day, and then we drill down into specifically that thing, and then we can just talk about it because
Let's
there's so
do
much.
this.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Oh my gosh, I think I'm coming into a trap, guys. Please, community, help me out. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here. I don't.
Oh, we have a lot of comments about this. The first is Pedro. Interesting that I was really excited to this question about way we do it happen and then Pink's books driving. My reading is not so perfect, but I think it's it's working.
I was reading a book.
I didn't read this book. That also I can't talk about it. But
Yeah, I just want to double check if that's also the one I'm reading. Yeah, talk about it, Max.
let's
The one I'm reading
Let's
is Managing Risks, Reaping Rewards. That's the name of one of the open source books I'm reading because it is actually about open source for the enterprise. So tell me
oh
about this one because maybe I'll add it to my list.
oh great. Well, we could organize a new session. Maybe in the next weekly we can do this, or maybe we can organize more sessions in order to discuss more things. So,
So yeah, there are
um,
ideas.
no, that's okay.
Open source as a contributor, you have covered, and you even went from zero to the PR approval, which is I wasn't even wow. I was wow.
Let's
Congratulations
do this.
to
Let's
both
do
of you.
this.
So wait, that you have already done the development side of it, right? From the individual contributor. Although there is also the consumer, so we can discuss things like what are the differences between something that is 100% community project against something that is enterprise. That also goes within a whole other landscape. What are the another idea for another day? How do you actually start an open source project from scratch and make it successful?
Yeah, it's a
Challenging,
yeah, it's a
polemic,
yeah.
polemic.
Let me be polemic as well, okay? Because I was selected to speak on TDC and a Java track. Mm. But my proposal was about to talking about 6 tips to use open source in order to transform a difficulty in an opportunity. So it's an interesting topic, and I intend to release a open source project on during this session, because I will try to do a live coding session there. I intend to create a Maven plugin that will be responsible for manipulate dependencies on a POM from the command line command. It's pretty similar to Node and Python does from the scratch. I'm doing this because sometimes we need to. Well, of course, my area we used to use automation to create projects and stuff like that. So sometimes we need to change it. There is nothing about that in the Java world, in the Maven world, something like that. So why not to create it?
I
So
know exactly the pain you're talking about, especially
so
when updating demos. Demo
yeah, so
version, right? The
why
version of
not?
the
Why
product.
not to
Yeah.
do that? So I'm preparing our content for this to next week. So I will release those there during the TDC. It was I think it's a very I'm so excited to do this. Also, I will try to talk to you a little bit in order to get more tips. You know that I will consume Karina for you. From do you know, guys?
You're not consuming me. You're consuming my time. Oh
Okay,
my gosh. So
amazing.
Max, is it going to be live streamed or just in person this session?
Well, we could. Well, I didn't thought. I didn't think this
The one in
yet.
TDC. In TDC. Is it
No, this
online?
is in person. I will
Uh-huh.
play in
It's
person.
a, it's a, it's a, it's a
But it
person,
will,
right?
but it will be transmitted. So if you got online,
So
if you
yeah,
got online
put it on
access,
the meetup. I want to watch it. Yeah, sure.
oh, I could send you a ticket. No worries.
You're
Oh,
saying
is
that
it?
TDC is going to live stream it officially.
Uh, well, yeah, TDC
They're doing hybrid. That's
transmit
what
those
you mean.
things live. So if
They're doing hybrid.
yeah, they will do. They will do a hybrid. But
Will Gabriel be there with you?
no,
No,
this time no,
no.
because well, it was suddenly it comes to me. Okay, Karina, it's
Just
not.
like your
Yeah,
invite
that's this. Okay,
Friday
Max,
night
could you
live
could you
stream.
speak on the job? Oh, of course, I will do that. Of course, why not? And so it was so quickly, suddenly thing. So I couldn't bring Gabriel, but I think that we could take this project, and divide those things and bring to the session, maybe make it people during the session working together, realize those things, not helping each other to make the project together bigger as they want. So I
Max,
think that we could do this.
Max and Gabriel. I'm not gonna talk to you, Max, anymore. You are here. I'm gonna talk now to Gabriel because now
Okay, I
I
will
think that
I will
you,
turn off my
Gabriel,
microphone. I will turn off my.
Gabriel, no, it's not that. It's because the question I want to ask is maybe something that people also feel the pain like I do. Because yesterday it kind of hurt. It hurts to know that the Java group and Max, such an incredible guy, and Gabriel, such an incredible guy, they are doing live streams 3 times a week. The
Yes.
Coffee with Java on several channels. And there's not only an active community on for Java, not only an active community on Telegram and Slack, but also Discord. I didn't know it was that big today. So tell me more about it, Gabriel, please. I am mirrored. I'm bugged. Like,
Oh my gosh. I didn't mind me.
so tell me about the Discord community. Are you active there?
Oh,
Because I was only at Telegram. I have recently
no, we
joined
have a Discord.
anonymously.
And Discord is a very, very interesting point you say, Karina. I share now a link to. Oh my gosh, I broke in my screen. What? I
Well,
think. Oops, sorry. One second. I will show to guys and the Java Discord and the share with them. Java Discord. And the good point you say, Karina. Uh, where we don't loading. I change your Max.
oh, what you doing? What are you doing? Oh, oh, Gabriel is a
He's
centric
nervous.
director. Okay,
He's
centric
nervous.
director.
Yeah, Gabriel, go
I
ahead. Just drop me, drop Max, do your show. We're okay. We've spoken too much already.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
guys. And now we have the Java in Discord, and this is a great opportunity for your entering this community because in Java in Discord is a very very big. We have a lot of persons here, and we have Java champions. We have Jakarta in Brazil like Max and Karina, and we have amazing people here. And we have a lot of events here. One example is a collab times, and we have here in the events, right? We don't have more events in the future, but here you can see the futurist events like meetups or another talks. And Max, you don't raise a person to control events. I get you here now.
Oh no, well,
But
okay, hold on.
wait 2 seconds. You can respond to my question before.
Okay,
Uh,
now, but
and
Max,
oh,
please
oh,
share about the Telegram as well now, because
oh, hold on.
I don't. It's a very funny. I don't have a sex in the Discord. Oh, Telegram, so Java.
you're saying
And
that you don't have access. You're
yes, I
telling
don't have
me,
access.
you're telling me at the end of this live streaming that you don't have access.
Yes, do you need to share this link with me, Karina,
Oh my
and
gosh.
another person that is live because we need how can I say create a big network in the all social medias with how can I say sou javeiros.
So the good thing is that differently than
And I'm
Telegram,
sure now, guys.
differently than Discord, the Telegram link is really easy. It's just t.me/sojavabr. Go for it. We'll be there. Uh, and the good thing is we are also investigating ways to bring these communities together and to make sure that everyone knows about everything that's going on. Because if you, like me, cannot follow up all these threads, they're like more than 60 unread chats on my Telegram right now, not counting so Java. So it's insane. Max knows Georgie. I'm sorry, Georgie. You know how it goes. So yeah, so it's just crazy. But we need to find a way to get all the how Gabriel said, all the Sojaveiros to get together, and let's see what will happen on the next upcoming months. I will say something without saying anything. Vou dizer algo sem falar nada, hein? Espera aí pelo que vai acontecer.
Oh, you changed it to Portuguese.
Yeah, of course. Gotta say my native language for everyone. Sou Javeiros.
Sou javeiros, velho.
Karina, do you want that I share a little bit more about the collab time and something like that, just to
Let's discuss that offline. So, like I
sure.
said, I am just telling people without actually telling them that we've been doing some secret planning just to make sure we are all aligned and that, you know, so Java is more alive than ever, especially now looking at this amazing type of work that's been going on. Let's rock the boat and looking forward to seeing and meeting a lot of new people and um, and meeting up again with the ones I already knew, like Georgie.
Yeah, we are alive more than ever. Am I right? I think so. All right.
Just like Java, we are never dead.
Yeah, the nuclear bomb will explode, but we will still there working with Java.
Polemics.
So let me bring some comments from the chat because we speaking speed and just okay. So looks like Georgia will be speaking at TDC as well. So it's interesting because this topic he brings on the collab time, Karina. Collab time is help everyone to spoken about technology and George bring a good scenario work with open telemetry and observability
I was
around the
surprised to
Java
see he
project.
was
So
talking about it. For those who don't know, Georgie, he's insane.
yeah,
He
he's
had
insane.
this guy, you have no idea how insane this guy is. So every time I meet him, he's talking about a different thing. So I'm so glad to see this.
Yeah,
And
and
by the way, I want to
also
be on the collab someday, by the way.
yeah. So we got another ones. Pedro also said here. Where it is? Okay, God, the guys are talking a lot in the chat. So
Sorry?
it's burning. Oh God. Okay, Pedro Carolero said, Pawning dead. Okay, I don't know. It's out of my context right now. So let me see. Marco. Okay, Marco Ferreira I'm so happy to see you here, man. So my open source piece has a lot of. Yeah,
Max, I also need to have a one-on-one with you and with
sure.
Gabriel later. Oh,
Of course.
offline. Gotta
Of
talk to
course.
you guys.
Of course.
This
We'll do.
topic
Of
I have
course.
already brought to you without you even noticing. We have already discussed this stuff.
Yeah. So guys, I think that
M-
we are closer to the end of the session. So
Max, I know we're at the end. So when can I go to the next collab as a participant? So
sure.
everyone who is here and you enjoy it, let's go to the next collab.
Yeah,
Which when does it happen? Which hour does it happen? And where do I find the link? So for
okay,
everyone who wants to know,
sure. So let me open my screen. Actually,
don't open the
we
screen.
put
Just say it.
okay
Every Monday. When is
every
that?
month, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Monday, Wednesday are in Portuguese sessions, so we speak those things in Portuguese. But in the Fridays, we try to speak those things in English. It's an
Can
English
anyone
one.
present? Like
Uh,
they can people who are starting to present try to do some preparations there
yeah,
on the collab?
we the how can I say the approach about the collab time is to be free to show up what you want to say. So we used to select a title or subject and working on maybe doing some presentation and show up in the next session. So we used to do that thing. So so this is a great opportunity to get a start to speak. So I think we used to find out many people on there. We I'm fair. I think that co-op time is a basic opportunity to anyone that wants to get a start to speak. So jumping in a Discord server, we used to meet on there. So feel free to help us, or let me stop and take this handle and talk to us and get more information about this so Java. So we so happy to helping you this in this journey. Am I right?
Yes,
And
responsive debit.
go ahead, Gabriel. Sorry to interrupt.
Responsive debit. If you have doubts about Java, you can send message
Ah,
for me and Max, and we can respond to you debit.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
let
doubts.
let me talk about the time on the Monday, Wednesday. It's 7 p.m. Brazil time. On the Fridays is 7:30 p.m. in Brazil time as well. So that's all the time that we used to meet together and talk in there. Okay.
Okay, I'm very glad to have the opportunity to be here with both of you. Thank you so much for receiving me. It's always really lovely to be with this amazing community and these amazing hosts as well. And I am very happy to see that you have this type of engagement. And I'll make sure to attend at least once a week on the collab time with you guys.
Oh,
All right.
if you feel free to jumping in, join us
Not on
every
this
time that
one.
you want. Okay.
Not on this one, the Discord one. I
Yeah,
want to get
Yes,
to
sure,
know people.
sure. We
I,
will
I,
be
sh- I
there.
share the link with
We
the
will
link
be
in
there
Discord.
to working together. You
But
be
if you wanna do a whole month with Karina on Fridays, we can talk about it. We can talk I'm just
Guys,
kidding.
you hear
Karina.
his voice? Guys, you hear his voice?
No, that was not Karina's voice. That was an AI generated tool voice, automatically generated to tell you that Karina would be willing to participate. But unfortunately, she needs to look at her calendar. You know how it goes. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God! Let's end up, guys. It's out for today. So thank you so much. See you next time in the next session. Say bye bye for the guide. Say bye 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 bye.
Guys, I see you next session the Monday. Don't forget it's 9 p.m. Brazil time zone. And next session we realize a little contribution, all right?
Okay. Bye.
Bye